Shalom, TikTok. How the hell are you? Well, I see a lot of Christians are pissed off about the tranny Last Supper at the Olympics. Well, I've got some bad news for you Christians. You see, your Jesus is a tranny. You see him, you look at him right there. Does he look a little feminine? Look a little pretty? Is he pretty? Well, see that one there to the left of him is Caesar Borgoli, or however you say his name. And see, he was a tranny. And see, that's the image that King James gave you guys. See, you didn't know there's some secrets about old King James that you Christians don't know. You see, back when I was a Christian, I didn't know it. See, I was taught from the time I was little till I got older, don't you doubt King James. He had 50 people in there translating the Bible. You see, that's what the Bible calls the lying pen of the scribes. And see, they were magas. These that translated the Bible for you, see, they're called magas or magi, same thing as Trump. See, they're wizards and warlocks, and they can manipulate the word. But let's go a little deeper, Christian, shall we? Here, let's read a little bit about old King James. Shall we, Christians? Since y'all want to trust your soul with King James, let's read here. It says, from the age of 13 until his death, the life of King James of Scotland and England was characterized by close relationships with a series of male favorites. Woo! Let's see. Ain't they pretty? Ain't that some pretty tranny? I bet every one of them's got a pair of panties on. What you gonna bet me? Let's read on a little bit more. It said, old James and I certainly enjoyed the company of handsome young men. Sometimes shared his bed. Now I want you guys to stop right there and let that sink in just for a second, because I've got something I want to show you guys. Sometimes shared his bed with his favorites and was often passionate in his expressions of love for them. That sounds like a Christian. James was married to Anne of Denmark, who fathered 8 children. He railed fiercely against sodomy. Let's go on down here and read. I like this bottom part down there. Let's see what it says. It says, most historians and commentators today affirm that, giving the evidence, James' relationships with some or all of his favorites clearly were sexual. Others regard the evidence as more ambiguous and needing understood. See, that's Christians. They always looking for a reason to justify homosexuality, you see. That's why they got it in the churches now, you see. I mean, there's homosexuals up there preaching and teaching, by God. But let's talk about old King James sharing his bed with these men. That was so nice of him. You see, when old King James, old MAGA, translated your Bible, he put you in a trance. That's where the word translate comes from, is he put you in a trance. But I like what he done right here in Luke 17:34. He says, I tell you, in that night there shall be 2 men in one bed. How sweet. Isn't he a sweetie? The one shall be taken and the other left. I'm betting both of them's going to be taken. See, that's the rapture. I've made other videos on the rapture, but the wheat are the last to go, and the tares are the ones that are being raptured. You see, the lawless ones. But let's talk about old King James for a minute, since he likes to share his bed with other young, handsome men. Let's talk a few minutes about his boss. You know, who was pulling old King James's string besides them handsome young men, or boys, we'll say? Well, his boss, her name was Queen Elizabeth I. She liked to be known as Bloody Mary because she liked to take baths in the blood of virgins. Isn't that beautiful? See, this was King James's boss. See, he was a Lucifer worshiping Freemason, you see. The one that keeps him secrets from you. Huh? But you Christians, boy, I tell you what, you talk about King James, they might come and these Christians might get a posse together and come out here and string me up on one of them burning crosses like they did them black folk. You know what I'm saying? See, old King James, he owned him a few black folk. He sure did. But you Christians, don't you worry about old King James. He loved you, and he wants all of you to be like him. You see what I mean? He wants y'all to share your bed with these handsome young boys, you see. So you Christians, y'all rub on that King James Bible, 'cause boy, y'all sure do idolize that King James Bible, don't you? You should go back into the Geneva Bible and stuff where the truth might be found. You know what I'm saying? But I know you Christians, homosexuality don't bother y'all at all. Y'all are trusting your soul with a Lucifer worshiping homosexual Freemason. So, congratulations. I'm sure there's no wonder that old Jesus is Baal spirit is rampant in the Christian churches. I tell you what, sometimes I shouldn't, but I'll watch him old murder mysteries and stuff on the television. I'll watch him, and I tell you, you wouldn't believe how many pastors are involved in that old sex outside the marriage and stuff. See, that Jesus' Baal spirit, that Jezebel spirit is rampant in the churches. See, if y'all wouldn't trust old King James, that, how you do it, how y'all do it, how you Christians do it, he's kind of a little funny. See, I'm wondering if Christianity might not have a little funny business going on, 'cause you hear a lot of stuff about them pastors and stuff. Boy, I tell you what, if you want to find some dirt, just go find you a pastor, man. One of them Christian pastors, one of them King James pastors. There's always a little funny business going on with them fellers. But anyway, I'd say old King James, he wouldn't lie to you. And them 50 warlocks that he had helping him translate the Bible, see, words, the spelling of words are spells, you see. And he was able to put you guys in a trance. Yes, you Christians are all walking around in a translation. You see what I'm saying? But hey, you guys, I wouldn't worry at all about it. I wouldn't. I'm sure that homosexual loves each and every one of you handsome young men. Shalom.